Welcome to the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. We discuss 6 questions in 9 minutes because leaders know how to be concise. We'll go ahead and jump right to it. First question, in a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
Good evening, and first off, thanks for having me, Sean. Well, so my name is Joel Amin. I was born and raised in Delaware. I was actually born into a construction family. That's what I grew up doing my entire life. So real estate construction was my passion. So what I do really is acquire, renovate, and rent out distressed and vacant properties in the city of Wilmington, Delaware, in a city where I was born and raised. In the summers, my dad and we would fix up properties while everyone was kind of playing. My dad would wake me up early in the morning, make me get to work, and we would fix up properties on the side of his plumbing business, kind of after work. And after working with him for so many years, I went to Votech school, studied plumbing, and always thought I was going to go into the business. But when I actually ended up going to the University of Delaware, that's when it all changed, and I had an opportunity to start my business, Wilminvest.
Fantastic. Well, that's a great story. Thanks for sharing that. Question number 2, what's the best thing about working with a team?
The best part about working with a team, I would say, is leveraging the different abilities of your teammates. In this example, I'm actually I'm a founder as well as the chief executive officer. I founded this company with my 2 best friends who I actually met in middle school, Demetrius and Bryce, who one of them went to University of Delaware with me, and one went to the University of Pennsylvania studying in the Wharton School. And each of us leverage our different skills and passions. I'm really the construction, identifying properties. Demetrius is really finance savvy. He has a lot of experience in working in real estate investments. He identifies capital, kind of makes sure that the deal works out with me identifying the properties. And my partner, he does a lot of interesting work with our partner health and social service organizations, which provide us tenants and the rents for our business. So each of us kind of have our different lanes that we operate, but collectively we use those different skill sets to deliver a good product to our customers. And that's helped us to double our portfolio in the last year. And we're really excited about what's going on at our company.
Well, that's a great example of leveraging strengths and abilities within the organization. That's a fantastic example. Thank you. Question number 3, I hear from other leaders of teams that it can be a challenge to get team members engaged. Tell us your thoughts.
Yeah, so that's a really good one because at the end of the day, the team, everybody is a person. Everybody has very real things going on. Everyone is at a different place in life. And what I've learned, because my team, we actually have graduated from college not too long ago, a little over a year at this point. But it's interesting how when you're just coming out and everyone has different needs, they have different backgrounds. Some people have relationships. Some people, more quickly need to make a decision whether or not they need enough, a consistent salary to leave, and not also leave, but work. For example, my partner Demetrius, he's actually working as well, and I actually am doing some work with low-income housing tax credits and learning on the side, and we're trying to use that knowledge in order to continue growing the business faster.
Wow, great information. Thank you. Question number 4, what other piece of advice do you have for leaders of teams?
I would say to, again, keep in mind the different needs of your teammates. It's to keep everybody aligned, and because it's easy to be happy in the good times, when you're just secured a new property. But for example, what is happening right now, it's difficult because business has slowed down a little bit in moving tenants in and out. Construction delays a little bit, just trying to maintain proper social distancing, and there's especially because of housing policies and some of the compliance in both the tax credit work and in the single family work that we do.
Very good, thank you. Question number 5, what other successful leaders of teams, such as yourself, would you like to recognize that have had a positive influence in your life?
Well, there's actually a young real estate developer out of New York. His name is Alon Avji, and he actually is working on some massive projects, and he actually is partner in over $10 million worth of real estate in a much different market than we have in Long Island. But it's amazing what he's been able to do. He has podcasts as well, where he's able to just give a little insight and inspiration. So I've been following his work as well, and that's helped us to continue moving forward.
Very good. Thank you for recognizing him. And then the final question, tell us about your first job. And I think you kind of told us a little bit earlier, but it sounds like you were working from your dad, so you got an early start. But anything you care to add to that story?
Yeah, well, it's funny because, again, just coming out of college, I am doing this work with the company where we're acquiring properties. We started with 3 in our first year. Now we have 6, and we're actually on track to have 8 by the end of the month, and hopefully by the end of the year, we're getting to double digits, to 10. But right now, I actually work with low-income housing tax credits, as I said, as an underwriting analyst for this company called Sanair, and it's actually based out of Michigan. So that was my first time going to the Midwest, somewhat, and I loved it out there, by the way. But they recently acquired a smaller company here on the East Coast called Delaware Community Investment Corporation in Wilmington, and so I work there at my 9 to 5, but then early mornings and after work, I do my work acquiring and renovating properties, pitching to investors when I can, and it's been exciting.
You're a busy guy.
Very, very much so.
Well, that's great. Joel, thank you so much for being on the podcast today. How can people find you?
Well, we actually recently launched our website, Wilminvest.com. So you can visit us there, and you can also find us on LinkedIn as well. We have a social media page for the company, and we have personal pages as well.
Great. This is Sean Richards with the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. For more ideas, you can find us on LinkedIn by searching Blue Sky Business Consulting. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, Sean. Have a great night.
You too.